Om Shanti. We were all enjoying the drama. You all like the drama? Yes? Did it look familiar? Didn't it look as if somebody had just picked up a scene out of our lives and put it there on stage? They looked so real that as if it's just a scene, it's happening in one of our houses. And yet, when it's happening in our life, we can't laugh the way we were laughing today. You know? We couldn't be laughing. Why were we able to laugh today and we're not able to do that at home? Somebody else's drama, that's why. What else? What else is the reason we were able to laugh today, but this same scene can become a cause of a lot of pain, hurt, resentment, worry, anxiety, fear? What's the difference between today and if it was happening in our life? On the chair where you are sitting, you were watching the drama as a detached observer. You were not sucked into the drama. You could watch the drama as a detached observer, and you can see that how that wife was just creating doubts and a story out of nothing. Didn't we see that? But why were we able to see that? Because we were on that side. But the wife who was on this side couldn't see that. She couldn't see that. So you thought the drama was only to entertain you? No. It was there to teach us that in any scene of life, just go and sit on that side for 5 minutes. Can we do that at home? Can we do that at home? Yes? And when you were sitting on that side, you could see the thought process of the wife, you could see the thought process of the husband, you could see the thought process of the friend, and you could see what was happening. But if we are on the stage, we can only see our. And we just cannot see other people's perspective. And because we cannot see another person's perspective, their thought process, we get sucked into pain. And we cannot understand them. And spirituality teaches us that in any scene of life, just go and sit as a detached observer. Don't get sucked into the scene. Sit like this and watch the scene and try and see every actor. And try and see what they are thinking and how they are behaving and what is the thought process that's going on there. And when you sit and see like this, you will be able to understand everybody's thought process and you will be able to see why they are doing what they are doing. So this scene has to get recorded here. That in any drama of life, where are we going to go and sit? Where are we going to go and sit? We're going to go and sit in the audience. And you know, when can we sit in the audience? That's the time for meditation. Which means just detach from that drama and just sit 2 minutes and say, okay, what is this person going through? What is this person going through? Why are they behaving like this? What is going on in their mind? Understand every actor. And when you're able to see the whole scene detached and then you come back into the scene, it's a completely different feeling. But if I'm in that scene, sucked in, then it is, I am right, what I am feeling is right, and everybody else is the cause of my pain. And if we see what the wife was going through, she was not even able to discriminate that the husband was actually right and her friend had not been very right by what she had done. है ना? दिखा? लेकिन in that scene, she would have made a wrong decision. She trusted the one whom should have taken care of, and she was doubting the one whom she should have trusted. कितनी बड़ी गलती हो जाएगी? हो जाएगी या नहीं हो जाएगी? हो जाएगी. Why? Because she was standing this side. She didn't see the scene from that side. So spirituality gives us the power to withdraw from this scene for 2 minutes, see the scene in the complete perspective, and then come back into the scene. Because from the stage, we cannot see the scene in the complete perspective. But from that side, we can see it in the complete perspective and then take the right decision. So take a minute of silence and just look at any scene which is happening in your life. But today look at it not as one of the actors of that life drama scene, but as an audience. As an audience. Detach from what is going on in this scene. Stand out and look at every actor in that scene and say, what are they going through which is making them do what they are doing? Can you do that now? Yes? Possible? Easy? Come, let's try. Close your eyes if you want. And just bring on the screen of your mind any scene of your life drama which is not creating a very comfortable energy. Most of the scenes are very beautiful in our life, but once in a while, something which doesn't create a very comfortable feeling. We are not happy with that scene. Let's bring that scene and all the actors involved in that scene. Don't look at them as family, colleagues. Just look at them as actors in that scene. Detached observer. See each one of them. Now get into their mind and say, what are they going through which is making them do what they are doing? What's their pain? Are they going through doubt? Are they going through insecurity? What's making them behave this way? What's their pain? Are they going through lack of attention? Low self-esteem? Not feeling good about themselves? Need appreciation to feel nice? What is their vacuum? And now look at yourself as one of that actors of that scene. Don't get into the scene. Sit on the audience chair and look at yourself as one of those actors. And pinpoint what is my emotion in this scene. What am I going through? What's the benefit if once in a while we do this 1-2 minute exercise? What would be the benefit? We can understand the situation. What else? It clears our mind. What else? Hanji? It stops us from reacting. Why does it stop you from reacting? You're able to understand you're able to understand the cause and the effect, Hanji. You're able to make a wiser decision for your life. What else? Help us to choose the right response. And anything else, Hanji? Get a bolo, answer.
Make sure that everyone is happy in the situation.
उठ के बोलो. Hanji, अब बोलो.
Make sure that everyone is happy in the situation.
You were able to see that? And were you able to see how you're going to do that? And what you're going to do for that? What are you going to do to make everyone happy?
I'm going to do what the other person wants and balance it out and
Did you hear what he said? I'm going to see and take care of what the other person wants and balance it so that everyone is happy. How old are you, bacha? How old are you? You're just 10. Namaste. Spirituality is so simple. And we at the age of 40, 50, 60 say, it's so difficult. It's so simple, no? It's so simple. Now just imagine a 10-year-old child starts doing this from this age in life. He won't have to come for emotional detox when he's 40, 50. Because right from this age, he will not accumulate any toxin here. Isn't it simple? It's simple. But when will children be able to do it? When will children be able to do it? If their parents are on that journey. Just 2 days back, I met a young mother, and while she was sitting on the chair next to me, she said, "Batao na main apne bachon ke liye kya karu?" I said, "Aap aa jao pehle." And I said, "You come first, you know." She said, "वो तो ठीक है, but मैं बच्चों के लिए क्या करूँ?" And I said, "बच्चों के लिए आ जाओ." Somewhere we feel it's the children who should be able to do it, not seeing the connection that a child will be able to imbibe something only if their parents are living that and radiating that. There are a lot of parents who would come to the center and say, "Here's my child, please teach them how to meditate." No. You meditate, radiate those pure vibrations in the house, and you never ever have to ask your child to do it, because the child is automatically just going to follow what the parent is doing. And even if the child doesn't follow, at least they're getting the ready-made vibrations being sent by the parent into the house. Nutrition. So you cook for them, and they just have to eat and get healthy. So who has to do the meditation, parent or the child? Parents. And that's the best gift we can give our children. When we were watching that scene, what all emotions came into play in the scene? What all emotions did you notice in the scene? One was doubt, yes. What else? Hurt, very good. 2. 3? Hatred. Hatred किसके पास थी वहाँ? Hatred नहीं थी. Anger, yes. Anger. Misunderstanding, very good. What? Possessiveness, okay, very good. Insecurity, hurt, doubt, possessiveness, anger. Anything else? Expectation. Anything else? Fear of losing control. Fear of losing control. हाँ मेरी बात नहीं मानते. Yes, fear of losing control. What else? हाँ जी. The husband was irritated with the wife, so he was also not understanding her. So irritation, anything. Communication. Where was the communication problem? Very good. She was not expressing what was on her mind to him. Very good. Anything? Not paying attention. Very good. One button he gave her and she was happy after that. So it doesn't take much to make people happy. But we even forget to do that much. So we're taking people for granted. Anything else? Lack of listening. Yes. Anything else? You're missing out on one important character of the play. You're missing out on one of the important characters of that play. Huh? Gossip. You missed out such an important character. She took the play to a completely different direction after that. She could have played another role by coming there and saying, you know what? तुम ऐसे ही doubt कर रहे हो, वो तो बिल्कुल ठीक है वहाँ पर. If she had said that, the drama would have gone in a different direction. But if she came and said, you know what I saw? Drama went in another direction. So her role was the pivotal role of where to take the drama after that. And we have lots of friends. We have lots of friends. Family. They're wonderful people. They care for us. Even that friend cared for her friend. She's come there with a very pure intention. She's not come there to create a misunderstanding. But her sanskar, her perspective of doubt added to the doubt which was already there in the wife's mind. So when something like that happens, the person doesn't turn out to be a friend. And now it's not about friend. This person could be your parent. This person could be your sister. It's not about which relationship label they are under. It's about what's their sanskar through which they are giving you the piece of information. And in times where many of us are going through one of these illnesses, which you all came up with this whole list of emotional illnesses, if the person sharing information with us is going through any of these emotional illnesses, then the information being shared will get colored with that emotion. And we will suck in the information as it is, and destiny will change. That drama scene could have gone to a divorce with one piece of information. Why I'm sharing this? I see this happening in real life dramas. Real life dramas. There was a couple who came to the center almost on the verge of a separation. And they wanted to make it work, but the two side families insisted that they should not live together. And they said, no, she's not right for them. And the other side said, no, he's not right for her. My daughter is very special. She deserves something better than this person. And the most important relationship, parent. Love, care, but sanskar, which was not right that time. And those two set of parents, both the sides, were actually becoming instrumental for that couple moving away. Intentions pure, intentions very pure. Parent would never want anything wrong for a child, but the filter of an emotional illness was making them radiate a wrong piece of information. This couple, we finally came to a decision, leave the country. Just leave, because he just got a job offer. He said, should I go, should I? I said, don't even think twice. Pack your bag tomorrow, go. They went. Things going very well. So I asked them, Abhi sab theek hai? Nothing happening? He said, no, they're very sweet. He said, hota hai kabhi kabhi kuch kuch. We do have our once in a while. But you know what? Because we don't have anyone over there, so next morning we have to sit together and have our coffee. But earlier, both of us would go to our parents, and then more and more sanskars would get added to that, and it would get entangled. After 1 year, they come for a 1-week holiday. I know it may sound very exaggerated, but it's true that on the 4th day of the holiday, they were again contemplating a separation. No, honestly, I'm telling you. This is how far it has an impact. This is how much it is. Destiny can change. Be very careful. The ones who are giving us the information, the advice, our family, our friends, they love us, they care for us, but we don't know which emotional illness they could be going through. They could be going through insecurity, they could be going through worry, they could be going through anxiety. And then when information comes through one of those sanskars, that information is not healthy for us, because the information has come with the emotional infection of that disease. A young lady comes to me, her husband had gone through something like this. And I said, forgive, move on, get back to happy family. It's okay. Treat it like one episode, came into life, gone, finished. She said, but all my friends are saying, how can you forgive your husband after he's done this? You should not forgive him. It's very easy to sit out there in the office and give advice like that. Are you going to take responsibility of their children? Are you going to take responsibility of your friend after that? It's so easy to sit back and say, you should not trust your husband after he has done something like this. Be very careful. Don't give advice to people. It could change their destiny. And if it changes their destiny, you've become a part of that karmic account. Never ever. Because, why? When we give advice according to our capacity and our sanskar. So suppose you have a sanskar of not forgiving a person who's done something like this. You will give an advice, don't forgive. Suppose that woman has the power to forgive. She has the power to change her family 360 degrees and get back to a very happy family. She has the power. I may not have the power, but she has that power. But because I give advice, and I say, no, you should not, I become instrumental in playing with the destiny of 4 people of that family. And we feel very nice when people come to us for advice. This is a very subtle feeling of power. मेरे से पूछ के लोग सब कुछ करते हैं. Yes. And that's why we get into this practice. Okay, within 3 minutes we're giving them advice of बड़े-बड़े decisions of life. अपने जीवन में वो problem आती है तो कितने दिन, कितने महीने decision नहीं ले सकते. Right or wrong? Let a similar scene come to your life and it will take you months to take a decision. Even then you'll go to somebody else for asking for the decision. But when somebody else comes to you, you'll say, इसमें क्या है? बोलते हैं कि नहीं बोलते? इसमें क्या है? छोड़ दो उसको. Don't live with him. Finished. Very risky. Very risky. We have no idea what's the sanskar, the capacity of the other person. And this other person is not just a colleague in office. This other person could be your child. Your daughter comes to you and say, my husband is doing this, my mother-in-law is doing this, and parents are ready there for advice. No. If we want to give an advice, the advice only has to be what you have to do to make things better. That's the only piece of advice that can be given. That's it. The advice cannot be that, oh, chhod do. Oh, koi baat nahi. Yeah, the advice also cannot be, bichari meri beti. Don't make her like a victim, that poor you are having to suffer so much in that house. I should have taken more care because before I fixed up this role. Making her feel like a victim, endorsing her pain, telling her you are right that you are feeling so much pain, and then tell her now you go and live with them. Is that fair? Is that fair? You're making her feel she's right in what she is feeling and then saying, now you go and live with them. Makes things very complicated. Makes things very complicated. The soul who is in that scene has to face that scene. It's like if you give me an advice, every morning you should walk for 45 minutes. It's very good for health. Is your advice good? Is your advice good? Yes. Anybody will say, very good advice. So you say, get up tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, go for a 45 minutes walk. In fact, don't walk, jog. That's better for you. Very good advice. Given by someone who's able to do that 45-minute jog. So for them, that advice is absolutely natural, it's right, they love me, and so they're giving it to me with the purest intention. But without checking whether I have the capacity to walk or run for 45 minutes. Advice is not applicable unless you have checked my capacity to be able to implement that advice. And then, when I try to implement your advice, I'm going to collapse. So the advice was for my good, but it turned out to be wrong for me, because you gave the advice according to your personality. If you want to give me advice, you'll have to give it according to my capacity. And that's why it's better to just say to them, if I was in your place, I would have done this, but you should do what you feel is right for you. We're going through times where people want someone else to take the decision for them. We get phone calls to even ask such things as, what do you think? Should I live with my husband or should I divorce? I said, all right. Because they don't want to take the personal responsibility of taking that decision. And they're in a very state of confusion. So they feel if somebody else takes my decision for me, quickly I'll get sorted out. Because I've been in that transition stage for months, I'm not being able to take that decision. And they want someone to give them that decision, which actually they already know what they want. So if you say to them, no, it's good to continue living together. How can I live together? Ye hai, wo hai, wo hai, wo hai, wo hai. So they only want someone else to say it to them so that it says, okay, you're right? I should move away, huh? Take it, tomorrow, done. Don't be a part of this ever. Even if they keep saying it to you 100 times, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should? Don't know. We don't know. It's your karmic account. And you have to take the decision, because when you take the decision, you have to implement that decision for the rest of your life. There are people who will hold you responsible for the rest of their life if you give them a decision today. And you have suddenly got entangled with negative energy, because deep down here, for the next 20 years, they're going to say, she told me this, that's why I did this. Now see, ye problem, ye problem. Never. Never.